Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our returning listeners, and welcome if this is your first time listening. We're so happy to have you all with us today.
Thank you for joining us for this 10th episode of the Lion Pridecast, a podcast created by the Lansing Unified School District 469, located in Lansing, Kansas.
We got to double digits, Sharon.
We did.
Number 10.
Yeah.
The purpose of this podcast is to inform our Lansing stakeholders, being our community members, students, and staff about all things education. We are your hosts. I am Miles Azzeh, Director of Teaching and Learning in Lansing USD469.
And I am Sharon Burns, Director of Communications and Marketing. Our last guests were a couple of second graders, Aubrey and Hunter, who knocked it out of the park.
They were awesome.
Fantastic. Hopefully you listened. And so this time we're going to go to the other end of the spectrum, and we're going to talk to a Lansing graduate to hear his perspectives on the district and our role here in Lansing and preparing him for his future.
Yes, I'm really excited to have Daylan Williams with us today.
Yes.
Daylan, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Great. Thank you for asking.
Good. I'm excited to be here. I think a lot of the listeners probably don't know I've had a little hand in helping get this up, so I'm excited to finally be a part of it officially.
Yes. Before we even got rolling, he was in my office here helping us with the script and where to get this streaming and all that. So thank you.
We wouldn't be at number 10 without you, Daylan.
We would not. So yeah, for our new listeners, we like to start our interviews with a very competitive cheese puff challenge. And we're definitely going to be doing that.
It is competitive, Daylan.
Since some of you may not know who Daylan is, he's not an administrator, he's a student from here. So you want to go into a little bit of your background here in Lansing and when you graduated and all that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll dive into it. So I graduated in 2019. I'm originally from the area. I like to call myself a Leavenworth, Lansing native. Mm-hmm. The best way that I describe myself is I'm a servant, leader, scholar, athlete, most of the time in those orders. And I've just always been a very active part of the community. Community is very important to me, and I think that's a byproduct of growing up in the district. I was in Lansing since third grade, so I missed Fruit Loops by 3 years.
Yep, darn it.
But I definitely still feel that connection to the community and everything.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being on here. We appreciate you coming back to do this.
It's always a fun time being back home.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, now that you introduce yourself, we can jump into the real important stuff at hand, which is the cheese puff challenge. Yep. I'm glad that you said that he was going to, introduce himself, because I was about to start throwing cheese puffs at him. So I was like, what's going on here? All right, you ready now?
I've actually got a spin here. I've been studying up, and I know that I've got to beat Martin Altieri.
Altieri. We can say it incorrectly like Sharon does, but it's Martin Altieri.
I heard it maybe a little Italian. So
yes.
I want Sharon to throw on this time. That's my step up here. So we're gonna.
Well, if this isn't a slap in the face, I don't know what is.
I trust Miles' ability. That's why we've got to raise up.
I don't know how I feel.
Is that what it is? Because I'm rooting for you to go over 3.
You're assuming that Miles has a worse arm than me.
No,
I think that he has a better arm. Yes. You think that I don't have a good arm.
And so this is why you didn't want to do any warm-ups, by the way.
Exactly.
Okay.
And still no warm-ups?
Mine is going to be 5 for 5 with an asterisk next to it.
Because a girl's throwing.
No.
Okay.
Whatever you want, Barry Bonds.
You're losing fans. I'm just going to tell you.
I don't know. I got like a Houston Astros fan in here or something right now. Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, I've not done this before. Ever. Exactly. So, yeah.
You don't even seem like you're sitting right. I don't know. This is not going to go.
You know what? Don't judge.
Why are you holding your arm like that?
I'm trying not to hit you. Just kidding. I would never hit Miles.
In public. All right.
And by the way, Becky, you missed she was having to dodge around the room to catch yours. So yeah.
I don't remember. I don't recall that.
So okay, here we go. Are you ready? Okay.
Okay, first of all,
that was a practice.
Yeah,
that was a practice.
Charlie Sheen Wild thing right there.
You had practice.
You threw that so hard. Wild thing. You need glasses?
I haven't.
You're not a closer. This isn't the Royals radar gun.
He also just kind of insulted me, so he had that coming.
I guess. Just toss it. It's a cheese puff toss.
Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Okay, wait. No, that was bad. No. Hold on. Stop. Okay.
Now we just need to get into the middle because that didn't even get to him.
Did you chew it all the way? Okay.
Okay, that was pretty good.
One.
That was a good throw.
Okay, and that's the first.
That's the first throw. The other ones are practices.
Get it done. Oh, you gotta watch, Daylan. He was kind of you were like looking at the ceiling.
I had my eye on the ball.
Okay. It's fine. It's too late now. That was not 5-second rule, but all right. We got the timer to prove it.
Okay, ready?
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's finish it off right here.
3, wasn't it?
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Her second throw wasn't solid. It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't a good throw though, even if he wasn't looking. I think that this is his last and final chance. That was a great throw. 3 for 3. Bravo.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Woo. Proud of you. You did really well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, I was looking right at Sharon when I said it. Why are you speaking, Daylan? That was for Sharon.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Well, that was a fun time. Way to go with 3 for 3. You are officially tied with Martin for tops, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
You have to admit, I was a pretty good throw. Will you say it was a good throw?
No, that was perfect.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. There was 2. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, we just obviously have different definitions of the word perfect. So tell us about what you've been up to after high school. Yeah. So graduated in 2019. Tell us about post-2019.
So July of 2019, I went up to West Point, New York to join the Corps of Cadets with the United States Military Academy. So I'm currently going into my second semester as a CAL, or a junior, as we call it up there. And I'm just kind of really excited, but that's given me so many opportunities that I could have never had before. And I'm really, really thankful for that opportunity and, for the upbringing that I had in USD469 to get me ready for that. So while I've been there, I've had the chance to be a first sergeant. So I was in charge of 126 people for every day for a whole semester. It was, a living mess and disaster, but we got through it. I learned a lot. Everybody learned a lot. So I've been really thankful for that. I've also been the executive officer, kind of like the second in charge for the student conference on U.S. affairs. That's one of the oldest conferences that talks about international relations and American politics. And the kind of mixture between that, we bring in undergrad students from all over the country to the academy, and we kind of show them around and we talk about all the different topics and stuff like that. And that was a really, really cool experience to kind of work on this big grand project and put it all together and in person. So I've definitely had, a chance to learn and grow, and that's definitely what I think life is about. Yeah. So I'm really excited for what the future holds also.
Was that hard coming from Lansing, a fairly small town, to...
So I definitely always explain it as, jumping from the little pond of little ponds to the big pond with all the other big fish. And it was definitely an adjustment, but one that has only made me better.
Right. So do you feel like Lansing prepared you well for life after high school? Specifically, it was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. With all the different opportunities for extracurriculars, for me, that's really where I focused a lot of my time in high school. So it's kind of, allowed me to fill up my schedule to figure out those best time management practices, and just being a very social butterfly, and being able to reach out and make connections and relationships and how important those can be.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you think about back to your time here in Lansing, do you have a favorite or most impressionable teacher when you were here? Somebody that really long lasting you still think about?
So I got these questions beforehand, so I had to really think about this one. And I couldn't pick out just one.
It's fine. Okay. I think it's completely okay.
I've had so many, so here's my little shout out. So,
I love it.
It's a list.
Got them written down
bear
here.
With me here.
Okay.
Mr. Dylan Brown, Randy Brown, Dr. Ann Krebs, Miss Julie Hinckley, Miss Kathy Ray, Mr. Rob McKim, Miss Sharon Burns, Miss Debbie Ryan, Mr. Matthew Carlson, Mr. Tim Newton, Mr. Chris Elliott, Mr. Jacob Reeser, Miss Barbara Haig, Coach Edward Eddie Fenton, Coach David Bresser, Dr. Felicia Yoakum, Miss Maeve Bolin, Mr. Joshua Flakey, Dr. Dorothy Platt, Mr. Darren Fickner, Mrs. Danielle Perry, Mr. Kerry Brungart, and Mr. Brooks Jenkins.
Oh my gosh!
So those
love
are.
You just made a lot of people happy.
Yeah.
When you're in the district that long, you have a lot of people, and I definitely left off some people because I love everybody. I never really had a bad interaction.
That's okay.
You're growing on me.
I'm growing on you. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So you've never had a bad interaction, though? Is that what you said in your time here?
Most definitely.
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
That's a great list.
It is really good.
And we'll just send it to these people. Just in
You
case you don't know we have a podcast.
You
now you better listen. We won't tell you when your name comes up.
Business and marketing and me.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. You're boosting our listening.
So I got to know Daylan in the his advanced studies course, which is in the gifted room at the high school. We had a lot of fun in there. So what was some of your favorite memories in Lansing School District? So
this is another one that I've tried to pick out ones that I just really couldn't but everyone is filled with great people and great times. But definitely I think within advanced studies, one I can think about are all the weekly brain teasers and puzzles that we put on the board to see who can do them the fastest or who figures it out the fastest. And you're watching everybody else struggle with it. That as far as like educational wise, most definitely. Fun entertainment wise was cutting out Hunter's head. And then putting it all over the classroom.
I told you that.
We hid like 90 of these things all over the classroom. We were finding them like months later.
I think there's still one that's missing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I know where it is.
The one all the way on the other wall is probably there still. I'm sure Sharon has a map.
Is this the one that's like on the ledge?
Yeah, I put it outside of the room.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in trouble, but I kind of went over the steps and had it. You can see it through a window.
Sorry, nobody listens.
Yeah.
So that's wow. So this is
fun.
This is a fun. So you had some pretty good times there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So were you a part of, or do you remember anything when it comes to like Oreo candy, like an Oreo cookie, kind of like prank, an Oreo ball prank? Does this sound familiar?
Yeah. So I learned that Sharon Burns, you've got to vet her because sometimes you can trust her and sometimes you can't.
Yeah, and most of the time you can't actually. Keep going.
A delicious Oreo ball, or it may be a chocolate covered Brussels sprout.
Oh my gosh.
In my defense, it was April Fool's Day. And I'd also brought cookies in every Monday for like 2 years.
So what she did,
April Fools happened to land on a Monday.
Yeah, she earned our trust.
You just lulled over
years, and then just destroyed it all.
Part of my master plan.
And then turncoat there. Okay. I love that. All right, so let's keep going with like your time back at Lansing. While you say that things weren't really well and you wouldn't change anything, is there anything that maybe you wish that we could have done better to prepare you, or there's things that you're doing now that you're doing well that you're like, yeah, that would have been good when I was in high school. Like I could have done that, or I could have tried that and would have prepared me. Anything like that?
Yeah, so definitely I had the opportunity. I took one business course at the end of my career at Lansing. That's kind of when I figured out I was really into business. But I think that, just kind of being familiar with how to handle your own money and like personal finances is a great thing for, a young college kid to have, or somebody who's going straight out into the workforce even more for that, or the military for that. So that would have been nice to see. And then just being on the other side of the, of the line here and, working with the military now and understanding how those relationships matter. I think it's so really cool that our community has CGSC, the Command and General Staff College, right there, and I would love to see more interaction between the district and them.
Okay, I like that.
Gave us something to think about there.
I know.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's why I wanted to ask that. I mean, I think we do wonderful things. There's no doubt. Look at you, but it's always nice to think about ways we can improve.
Yeah,
so, definitely.
Thanks,
there are a lot of great minds and great, I think, people who are looking to be mentors there too. That can come out and
lends itself to
whatever that looks like. I think it's definitely beneficial to both parties.
Yeah,
nice.
Like that. So can you discuss a project or a paper that you were particularly proud of during your high school career? I know one I think of with you. I'm hoping you're going to say it.
It's the first one that I thought of was my Community Corners project. It was like my finale in advanced studies, where I was able to dive in on a topic all semester and then give a presentation on it. And what I chose to do was generally our community and what does community mean to the whole Lansing, Leavenworth area. So I had the opportunity to go around and I interviewed probably 30 leaders and just really community members. But as far as like state representatives to the U.S. Marshal for the state of Kansas, to both mayors, chiefs of police, but also to teachers and relatives and friends and students on both sides of, kind of the Lansing Leavenworth line to figure out, one, for me, what is community? And then how does our community see itself? And what are some of the problems and how can we address those and how can we get better and move along together? And so for me, that was just kind of, is really like the nail in the coffin that community and family and friends are really, really important to me, and to carry that with me.
Yeah, I can say I've dealt with some, really exceptional kids, and that day when you presented was like I was more proud of you than any other student.
I was
you knocked
running
it out
a million miles an hour that day. I remember it very clearly because there was some turns in there that
no, you did a great job.
Well, that's really difficult to do, especially in high school. I mean, like to stand up and prepare something like that and then present, and to have Sharon say it was one of the best. I mean, way to go. You should be proud of yourself.
You did not know you were rattled at all.
Yeah.
If you were, I don't think you were. You seemed pretty cool the whole time.
I can put on a fake once or twice.
Do that facade going. So you mentioned earlier, Daylan, about the idea of like a mentor and us, hooking up with other, programs or resources to get mentors for people. Do you have a mentor yourself? Someone who shaped your life growing up?
So I wouldn't say that I have, just one that I can really think of. I've had the opportunity to have a lot of great relationships with a lot of great people. It's just kind of, taking the wealth and the knowledge from everybody around me and putting that into my life and kind of some of those best practices. But it's definitely finding a mentor. I definitely have one now at the academy who's been mentoring me through it, Major Daylan Williams. So, sir, thank you. But also, to everybody, find a mentor who's somebody you want to emulate and be just like, and then find somebody else who looks nothing like you, who talks nothing like you, who's completely different, so you can get those types of perspectives that you would have never had before.
That's some good advice,
like
actually.
That. Yes, yeah. That's fantastic. So the topic of our first official podcast was This I Believe. So we like asking our guests what their This I Believe statements are. So could you give us a personal and not really professional since you're a student, but as far as a student, what your This I Believe statement would be?
Yeah, absolutely. So my personal one is definitely resilience, grit, perseverance, getting back up, however you want to describe it. There's a great Rocky quote out there that it's not about how hard you can hit or, it's about how hard you can get hit and then keep moving forward.
Yeah.
How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. So I love that quote and just the whole idea of that everybody's going to have some sort of challenge in life. Nobody's born the same or in the same situation, but people have come and gone before and they've done it, and you can do it also, but you've got to write your own story and you've got to keep turning the page, and when life gets you down, you got to get back up. So that's definitely
I love it. Yeah.
That's definitely my personal one.
Hold on, before the professional one, what's your favorite Rocky movie? Do you have a favorite Rocky movie? Sharon's like rolling her eyes.
4, definitely.
4, Drago.
Yeah,
I like it.
We
would have ended this if you would have said the 5th one. If you would have
yeah. 4 is the best. 3 is also up there.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll let that go. But yeah,
which the one with Mr. T?
That's Clubber Lang, number 3.
Okay.
You think that's up there too?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you people? Like that one's terrible.
Whatever.
It goes 1 or 4, and then it goes 4 or 1, and then it would be.
I like Mr. T.
2. Then it would be number 3.
Clubber Lang.
You like Mr. T?
Yes.
I put the fool. All right, sorry. Where are we at?
The professional one, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Let's hear your professional. Yeah. Sorry, listeners.
So
big Rocky fan.
Professionally, student, whatever it is, I've kind of always been a big procrastinator. I think Sharon knows that really well. So for me, and I've been learning this also, is that, don't plan it, just start it and then adapt from whatever you're doing. Because I will sit there and I will wait and I'll say, well, I'm going to do this, and this. And I think I'm being productive by making this plan, but I'm really just procrastinating in a different way. So if you got one thing on your mind, go start it, and then you can figure out what it's supposed to look like.
Bravo, sir.
Yes,
that's really what
good.
Sharon gets frustrated with me, because I wouldn't say you're a procrastinator. I really don't think you are.
Yeah.
I, however, am like the worst procrastinator. So a lot of times when we're coming up with something, for example, podcast script, she's like, let's just blah, blah, blah. Or let's talk about this. And I'm like, let's just start. Let's just bring Daylan in. We'll wing it. We'll make it work. She's like, no, we can't do that. So I understand. And it's hard to balance those. So I like that you are you getting better with procrastination?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
And I think
and follow up, can you give me some tips for that? Because I'm not.
I'm trying to help him.
It is not working. So what do you got for me?
Nike.
Just do it. Okay.
Do it.
He had me watch a TED Talk about a panic monster. Have you seen the TED Talk where it talks about the...
Watch the TED Talk, folks. Inside the Mind of a Master Procrastinator.
Yeah.
Oh,
watch
yes.
it. Yes. It's a great one.
And we have an instant gratification monkey, which is like, I know I should be doing this, but I really want to play FIFA right now. That's mine. And then when the deadline's right there, the panic monster shows up and your instant gratification monkey runs away. Everyone freaks out and you get stuff done. That's pretty much my Thursday. Like, that's pretty much every day for me right before a deadline. Anyway, so watch that one. That's a good one, folks. Watch that one.
And you're up for your next question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
sorry
you're good.
Okay, so you talked about this, but I believe the other part of our podcast that we kind of have, continuity with is providing new learning and more information to our listeners. What are some ways you continue to grow as a learner? Once again, this can be if you're a reader, or do you listen to podcasts besides ours? I hope you listen to ours.
I definitely do listen to podcasts, and I'm becoming a better reader. I wasn't always my favorite, but I know there's a lot of knowledge out there. But audiobooks are a great resource too, that you can kind of blend the two. I listen to podcasts all the time. One of my favorite is the BPN, or the Bear Performance Nutrition podcast. I'm a big fitness junkie, big ultra runner, but they kind of just talk about all things. Like today they had one on balancing fatherhood and fitness. So obviously a long way down the line for me, but when I have it,
you're not procrastinating
I have that resource. But a couple books that I would definitely recommend.
Yes, go.
The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy.
Okay.
It's just kind of a great, like, productive self-help. Hey, do it now.
Hey.
And then also Call an Audible by Darren K. Roberts. It's great. He was basically at Harvard Law and did all that, and then he found a passion for coaching football, and he took that and had everything on a silver platter from Harvard Law, and he said, I'm going to do something I'm passionate about, and he went and did that and became very successful at it, and now continues to do.
Who's the author of that one?
To do that, Darren K. Roberts, or Coach DKR.
Okay,
for people who know him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you. I love that you actually shared some concrete ones with us.
I know.
We haven't had a ton of read this or watch this. Thank you.
Add it to the reading list.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Daylan, we're going to actually throw a surprise question at you.
I think it's supposed to be a surprise. I've been catching up.
Yes, he has been listening. So,
so if you're a regular listener, you know that we like to do the surprise question, and we don't give it to you beforehand. So Sharon's going to give you 4 questions right here, and you get to pick the one that you want to answer. And yes, they are different from previous podcasts.
Oh, so this is a surprise.
It is a surprise. So you thought you could get one over us. Nope, not happening.
Yep, and we want you to expand on these.
Okay.
So you can choose one. Number 1.
I like how you're blocking it with your hand.
I know. I don't want him to see it.
He's not even close to me.
Just like
that. Oh, yeah. Mine is like...
Cover your script, Miles.
It's too late now. He's had it the whole one time. All right, go for it.
If you could grow up in any decade, which would you choose and why?
That's a good question.
Okay. Or what is your spirit animal?
That one's not as good.
And why? Stop. You can help write the script next time.
Just the questions.
Just the questions. Third, is there a quote or saying that you live by live your life by?
Oh, God, I feel like
don't do that one. Yeah, I know that one.
That's kind of targeted.
Okay. What actor would play you in a movie?
Ooh, okay.
I really want you to choose that one.
So
I'm going to disappoint you both. I think I'm going to do the era that I grew up in.
Oh, okay. No, that's good.
I think I would have to say, that's hard. So I would say the 1920s. Throwing it back
wow.
there. So I'm in love with the Roaring 20s. I understand that as a little kid I wouldn't get a lot of it, but I also really I'm a huge fan of
Gatsby or what's going on here.
Military service.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of some of the best times to be alive for that. So that would put me hopefully right around the ripe age of 20 for World War II and whatever that looks like, however I can serve my country that way.
Oh, man.
Wow, you gave
that was serious.
Yeah, mine was going to be much different.
I want to know your spirit animal.
I'm like 60s, so I could see the Beatles. You're like way cooler than mine.
Yeah.
What would yours be?
Oh. I don't know. I kind of like the 80s. I'm going to say.
Like the 80s?
Yeah, I that would Yeah.
You happy you had the 80s?
I'm happy I had the 80s.
I had the 90s, and I'm not going to lie. Part of me thinks the 90s was like one of the best.
Ugh.
Well, there's no ugh. It's
80s
awesome.
is the best.
I think everybody thinks that. That was a good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah. What would be your spirit animal?
I'm glad that I'm
Sharon just wants that answered so that one person could be like, I love that spirit animal. She could be like, Miles, see, nobody said they liked the era or the decade, but they like that one. Nobody cares about Rocky Miles, but they like the spirit animal. So go ahead. What's your spirit animal, whatever that even means?
I think I'm going to go with a snake.
Gross.
I have one.
You and Martin.
I have one tattooed on me, so I think I got to go with that one for that reason.
Okay.
I don't have a good reason for that one.
Yeah, that's okay.
You happy with that? What's your spirit animal?
I got to side with Miles on this.
Oh, come on now. This is like something you were excited about. You should have your own.
No, gosh, that's a lot of pressure. What's yours?
I don't know what it means. Does it mean like an animal that
that would encompass you?
I mean, I've heard it before. Okay, yeah. I mean, can I just go with my favorite animal?
Yeah.
I love penguins.
Yes.
Yeah, that checks out.
I love penguins. What is that supposed to mean? I don't even know what that means. Like, no, I need you to explain what that means.
No, I don't either, but it's fitting, I think.
Because they're adorable. I agree. They are adorable. They are adorable.
I almost made a joke, but I was told it was too soon to make any jokes about it.
Don't.
Oh,
I just found out. Don't. Actually, no, I won't say it. That's no, seriously, don't, though. I can't believe, too soon, folks. If you're listening, Mom, you know what he's talking about. Ouch. That's all I'm going to say. Okay.
I feel like you should just say it now.
I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
I'm having knee surgery soon. However,
Yes.
Miles
has.
I did. Yes, I had knee surgery and I survived.
Yes.
Well on his way to recovery.
I hope he survives.
I hope he survives that.
The ghost of Miles is coming back for this episode.
Post-mortem recording. People are like, what is happening right now? Okay. Well, you know what? On that note, I think it's a great way to wrap up the episode.
Yes.
Daylan, fantastic. You did a wonderful job.
I had you guys to help me along.
Well, seriously, you did well. You are like freaking out about papers. Are you happy with this one?
Yes.
Okay. As always, for more updates and stories on Lansing USD469, you can visit us at www.usd469.net.
And if you don't already have it, download the free Lansing USD469 mobile app on Apple and Android. The app allows you to be the first to know all of the fantastic things happening in our district.
If you liked our content, want to stay up to date on the latest episodes, please follow us wherever you are listening to us and leave a review to help us find us and to help others find us and learn more about our great district.
Yes, we are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Castbox.
Really quick, Daylan, you seem like you know technology pretty well, and you seem like you know a lot of stuff. Have you ever heard of Castbox? Don't lie.
I haven't until I listened to the episodes
and you looked
before.
It up?
So
did you look it up?
And it's real, right?
Don't lie.
I'm sure it's real.
Oh, that's okay. So the jury's still out, folks. Where are we at?
If you would like to be a guest on the podcast, please send us an email at sharon.burns@usd469.net.
All right. Well, that's a wrap on number 10, double digits.
Yes. Woo!
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.